and VR chat jump scare. Greetings, everyone. Jackogień here. Happy Tuesday night. Very jump scary, I know. Typically, I have these streams much later, and typically, I do longer than an hour mid stream, but because the horror game was a short game, we just kind of moved on to here now for, rest of the night. Hopefully that means I actually get a little bit of better sleep, so Pearl Cherry and Vi won't be too upset with me only getting like 6 hours. It's just how I roll, though. Nice to see you, Mike. Hi, nobody. Hi, gaming. Hi, yellow. So, hopefully you're all doing well as we chill. Go from, my nice starry city sky to wherever we end up. I might bounce around a few things. Not sure where yet, but I like to have a change of scenery when I yap. Which, let's actually get to a different part of the house. Let's slide across this floor here. I'm actually gonna grab a pen too. Let's, I'm feeling, let's do yellow. I wanna grab the yellow pen. So, we're gonna run for 5K. Wow. Have fun with that. Yeah, when I'm holding an item, my tongue bleeps. I notice, I would go, see, my tongue almost bleep. Anyway. So yeah, have a yellow pen. It's reversed for you, but... Pass. Yellow pen. Hopefully you three are doing well. Got the piss pen. Whee! Whee! Yippee! It's like the love song. I'm not good at drawing hearts. My hand's too shaky. It's the piss love song, though. Half joking. Wow. Do. I wish I was small. Sometimes. I don't know. I feel like I'm too bulky. I think is a good word for it. I don't know. Y'all will see. I might post some pictures from TMG. Not sure yet. Is like 1 meter is because funny. Wow. Become small. I would be small. I wish I could be small. Oh, wait. I'm a unicorn. Okay, anyway. But yeah. I don't really have too much to talk about. I know TMG. I know that VR chat and chill, I usually have other topics I want to, discuss, but the only topic I can really think about is TMG. Because that's coming up before it's going to be June. June's coming right around the corner. I am leaving for a work trip, so there will be hotel streams if I stream. The 31st through the, I think, 5th? It's that Sunday through Friday I'm working. Pretty sure, especially Pearly's. Yippee! I wish I was short, but I am 5'10". 5'10" and a half specifically. I'm pretty sure. I'm somewhere between, I know it's reversed for you, but I'm somewhere between the 5'10" to 5'11" range. I think it's based off if I'm slouching or not. So that's the problem. I'm already 5'9". Understandable. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm legit 5'10" and a half if I take off my shoes. So with high tops, the cream high tops, that Jack wears, I'm 6 foot. It's I don't really want to be that bad. But our soners are 5 feet or less. Understandable. Whee! Really fit in a few cars. Wow. A 5'6". Why can't I be shorter? I wish this is why shapeshifting would be so useful. You know what I mean? Hello, Dylan. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm just twirling this pen because I don't really know what to say. So I'm just like, wee. But yeah. We need shifting so bad. That's why I legit, if I could like make a genie wish, you know, like rub a lamp, be like, genie. Make everyone who wants shapeshifting have the ability to shapeshift. I want to be larger for fun, but like temporarily. Understandable. So yeah, shapeshifting would be good for that. The one silver lining that I have about my bod, without being weird, is like apparently I've been told I'm like soft to hug. And like my thighs are like squishy so that, and there is plenty of room of them so I can easily do like the mouse controls for Switch 2. Ability to change gender at will. No, I would want that. Are you kidding me? The closest thing I have to that is voice acting. And even so, it's not all the way there. It definitely still needs some work. And worst measuring system, feet? Yeah, no, I don't know why. Squishy thigh, more or less. 1 meter is about 3.3 feet. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, local Canadian. Very cool. I can't really do Yoshi that well, I don't think, Wally. That's like the best I can do. I'm not good with Yoshi. Plus, although clearly masculine at times is so androgynous, I want your voice though. That's the thing. Your voice is nice, Shy Guy. I wish my voice was more androgynous. Instead, it just pitches a lot. Like, that's the only good thing about my voice is that it can pitch really high and low and, you know, do all that stuff. So it's like, you know, that's a silver lining. But gosh, I wish I could, like, I saw a meme, on hides. We should probably decide someone write them down. Understandable. But no, like, I saw a meme about this on Egg IRL. I don't really use Reddit for much, but, Egg IRL I do follow, which might say something about me that I'm not ready to unpack. But anyway, there was a meme where it's just like, you know, like the SpongeBob meme where it's like there's a small crowd around, and then SpongeBob puts out a sign, and then it becomes a huge crowd. So like that meme where it goes like from SpongeBob puts out a sign and then big crowd from small crowd. Literally the sign was like, hey, you know, transitioning with like HRT and stuff was a small crowd. Yeah, it was a Pretty Patties episode. It was like, okay, so small crowd for like HRT and other gender therapy. And then the other sign that SpongeBob put out was, we found the button. And then the crowd became ginormous. And if you don't know what that means, you might not be in the community. The button is a hypothetical thing where you press the button and you instantly become the opposite gender. That's what the button. Yeah. That's what the button is. You just press the button and then poof. So like it was a meme about like how so many more folks would flood and transition if the button was found. Also, your egg already cracked, Sally. I mean, maybe I'm discovering more of the yolk. I don't know a good way to put that. My egg cracked in the sense I'm androgyny. I'm NB, but damn, I want to present femme more or I would love to like be confident and do so, but I can't. Not right now, anyway. Or if you press it, you get 99% chance to get $1 million and 1% chance to change gender. Yeah. But, like, everyone wanted, like, it was a tell, right? It was a tell of just, like, how much happier you'd be if you got the 1% versus the $1 million. Of, like, if you press the button and then you got the money instead, and then you're just, aw. Push the button, aw, dang it. Yeah, exactly. I'm not a good NB, grr. Stop it. Also, I didn't say hi to you, Lola. Hi, Lola. Hopefully you're doing well. Push. Let's go gambling. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. Yeah, I'd be the dang it a bit. Funny enough, I did write a lore, where, okay, so I mentioned before how my OC Shadow, the nerd, was like kind of a tinkerer and inventor. I wrote a lore story with Shadow, where Shadow was able to make a device that like actually changed, like, it pretty much zapped you with a ray, and it made it so that all, basically from a genetic level, your body would change to pretty much act like you were assigned the opposite gender from birth, essentially. So it would like change everything on a microscopic level to like completely change the biology to match your gender identity. That was like something that I wrote like ages ago, but I think I call it like the Gender Swapper 5000 or something. I gave it a really cheesy name, but that was something I did because like Shadow, in the old lore, Shadow was seeing someone who was a trans mask and really wanted to help him like feel more like himself. Pretty much HRT, but faster, yes. It was just like, boom! Just nuked with HRT, essentially. So it would be like, instead of, you know, taking dosage and like changing over time, it was just boom, the change. Like, expedited. Where everyone thinks you were always that gender too. Yeah, no, that would be like reality warping type device too. That would be cool. I actually saw a trope for... I saw a clip of an anime that did something like that, where someone sent something back, like a text back in time, and it changed so that the character was always femme, because they were initially trans femme, and then they sent the text back in time, and then they like basically transitioned themselves through sending a text back in time somehow. I don't know, it was like a random clip I saw, but I was like, damn, even YouTube is catching on. Even YouTube knows I hate cis. I mean, I use they them, so I definitely ain't, but you know what I mean. I have a clock behind you. Yes, I do. Clock tells me what time it is. 21:18. You know, for my time zone. It's pretty cool. A lot of VR chat worlds have that kind of stuff. Ciscent. I'm definitely ciscent. Wow. But yeah, let me scoop y'all. I'm gonna scoop, and y'all are coming with me. Because I don't know if I want to chill in this world anymore. If we should go change our scenery completely. I mean, clock. Wow. Yeah, this isn't the 18+ stream. I wouldn't do that here. You know, I love this world, but I kind of want to explore a little bit. So let's stand up. And let's see where to go. Good old Worlds tab. What do you got for me? You know what? Just for the hell of it, let's go to McDonald's. I don't know why, but let's... Just for the shits and giggle of it. Just to change the scenery and do something more out of the blue. Welcome to McDonald's. When you're here, you're golden. There's a Best Buy across the street too. And an Olive Garden and a Kmart. What town is this based off of? For the shit and giggle, you know, more so for the shit, right? Sorry. Yo, hey chat, look! It's the place that I had a bad, like, it wasn't that bad of a date. But for the sake of old memes in my community, for the sake of the old running gag, can I actually go inside? Nope, okay. Oh well, for the sake of the old gag, I wanna do a thing. Hey chat! Take me to Olive Garden before you screw me over like that! For folks who don't know, story time. This is a perfect time for a story time. My first ever date, I was in, like, my first ever, like, IRL date was when I went to Olive Garden. And I got friend zoned afterwards. Cool. That's pretty much the long and short of it. Potentially hang out at Olive Garden. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, wow. Promise? I mean, what? Who said that? Anyway. But no, like, genuinely, like, my first ever time on an IRL date. Went to Olive Garden. It was fine. It was cute. Nah, afterwards, it didn't really work out. It was like, oh, I only see you as a friend, which, understandable, but it still doesn't change the fact that it hurt. So, I used to joke about that a lot. Especially after it happened for, like, the first, like, year and a half. But now I have the KFC femboy I can talk about instead, which was a good date. I like to be friends, so maybe they'll respect me. That just makes you a beta guy. Hey chat, should I run out into traffic? Should I see what the cars do to me in VR? Should I do it? Yes or no? Mods, start a poll. Just kidding. The KFC femboy. Look, that's the best story, okay? And it's funny to refer to him as the KFC femboy. Sure, pull a gangle. Driving in my car. No, wait, purple car. Okay. Leaving McDonald's, stepping out into the middle of the street. Let's be gangle. Where's the next car? Oh, there it is. Hi, friend. What are you doing out here today? I like how... Oh, wait! I was dead on the ground. Hold on, I didn't see that. Hold on, do that again. I just saw I heard the wasted sound effect. Come on, do it again, do it again. That's so fun. Okay. Driving in my car. Ooh, GameStop! And Subway? And a GMC and Verizon for some reason is over there. I like how it's like McDonald's, but there's also other things just around the area. The December holiday. Wow! Well, we'll head inside the McDonald's soon. I like to see what's around the McDonald's. POV, your Ojin whenever I get sent out into the field. This is literally what I do sometimes. I'm not even, like... I don't want to say no cap, but no cap. This is what I do. Like, say hypothetically there was a hotel on the strip, and I would leave the hotel, and I would just walk around, and I would see what stores are nearby and open, and, like, kind of window shop. And then if anything was, like, really cool that I couldn't get anywhere else, I'd pick it up as, like, part of a thing. Like, recently, I think we were in... I think I could say the name of the places, but I'm just going to say, like, I was in a city in, I think it was Maryland. And there was a mall nearby. And so I decided, you know what, screw it, I'm going to walk to the mall, I'm curious. So I walked to the mall, and inside was a local video game store. And alongside this local video game store, I found a game physically... Sorry about that, I had to die. Anyway, well, as I was saying before I got ran over by a car, right, the mall. So, I went to this, like, mall, and there's a local video game store, and I found Astral Chain, which, if you don't know what Astral Chain is, it is a very, like, it's a weird one-off, still first-party Nintendo game, that I've never seen in stores after it, like, came out. And so I haven't really seen it in person anywhere. And so seeing that, I was like, oh, I have to get that. Let's talk about video game store. That's very in character for me, though. Let's walk to the Best Buy before I cross the street and get run over again. And hi E-Bones. Hopefully you're doing well. I didn't give you a proper hello, but hello. But yes. Whatchamacallit? This is just genuinely POV what I do for work, and I'm probably gonna end up doing this when I go. I'm going out to. I'm not gonna say where because I don't want to dox myself, but I am going out the first week of June here, and I'm hoping to do this again, where like before doing streams or anything else, if I have like an hour or two, I might walk around a bit, window shop. It's a very relaxing thing to do. Especially when it's like I'm not used to sleeping in a hotel bed. It's just also genuinely pretty fun to just, see new places and see what's there to offer and whatnot. You know what I mean? I think it's neat. See, chat, this is why you look both ways before crossing the street. That was close. What if I play chicken with it? Whoop! Oh. That ran over my foot. That should have killed me. Parole puppy on, not truce. There's Dollar Tree. The Bed Bath and Beyond. What is that? I can't make that out. It's like green. That's a Walgreens. So that's a corner of Happy and Healthy over there. Bed Bath and Beyond. Oh, it's a Starbucks. Okay. Yeah, that shouldn't have killed. No one needs feet anyways. Truce. I mean, I kind of like to walk in VR, like actual simulate me walking. I mean, I don't really do that during these streams simply because, I'm already trying to get tired, so there's... Trying to sit down is good enough already. So yeah, we're on the corner of Happy and Healthy here. Walgreen. And then there's the Kmart. Think we've seen everything now around, so now we can finally actually go to the McDonald's. And they have a playground. Actually sound like a puppy. They're so precious. Nuh-uh, they aren't. Oh, sorry, are these avatars? Like, what? Are these avatars? What are these? Why would you... Okay. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Get up. That's gonna cause me motion sickness. This, nope. That will too. Those things bob up and down. That thing... Okay, I can't... Nope. No to those. Those are a no-go. I know swings are a no-go. Is this a no-go? Oh, I guess I can't really do this by myself. Yeah, this isn't fun with one person. Yeah, no, the swings cause motion sickness. I've did that on a... Oh, no, that's copyrighted. Why is that copyrighted? The jump around. Now my stream's gonna get copyright striked. Gay seesaw. True, it is rainbow. The jump around's gonna get... I'm gonna have jump around and my copyright strike now. Whee! Walking down a slide isn't as fun as riding in one. Nice car. Can I have it? If I just steal driving. Driving in my car right after a beer. Hey, that bump is shaped like a deer. DUI.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll have 2 number 9s.
McDonald's, how can I help you?
Can I have 2 number
Did you
9s?
just say large plus?
No, number
Do you want
9.
sauce for that?
Sure.
Okay, ma'am, that's going to be $3.19 at the fourth window. Thank you.
Sure thing. Can I have my food? Where the food at? I hungry. There's no one. There ain't no one working in here. Oh, you don't. Oh no, it's playing Golden. I can't go in there. It's playing Golden. I'm gonna have so many copyright things. I'm gonna have to like trim out of stream or erase the song, all because of they're doing their K-pop Demon Hunters collab. Damn. We're going up, up, up. It's our moment. Yeah, they have chicken nugget, chicken nuggies. Oh, our fluffing stars. Yeah, it's playing Golden. I gotta run. I should be fine after setting that alarm off, right? Like, they're not coming after me? Should be in the clear. Oh! Well. I kind of forgot there was 2 cards. I forgot there was 2. Alright, let's see what else. Worst case scenario, you know, I just hide a bunch of stuff. You know, trim out the audios. I had to do that in a few VODs already. Just mute the, music. Luigi's Casino. Haven't we already been here, or is this a new one? I'm gonna try this one. Hello, Mr. Frog. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm gonna see... Is this an actual playable poker unlike the other one? And hi, Bugzy. Hopefully you're doing well. Oh, this one actually looks playable. Shoot. You could buy a cigar. Oh. I dropped the cigar. Give. Eh. There it is. How do these even... Okay, I'm good. I don't do cigars or smoke. Let's see. Hi, Luigi. Oh yeah, these you can actually play. Okay. I'll draw those 3. I got 2 pair. Crummer. Got 2 pair there. Ah, 3 of a kind. Sex worker address whose lunch was 3 cigarettes. Wow. Oh, I shouldn't have held it on just 2 pair. Never mind. Cromer. Let's go gambling. Gosh darn it. Full house. This game's rigged. Gosh darn it. I quit. These are actually interactive, which is kind of cool. Duck hunt seems cool. Have I been to Starlight Cabin? Yeah, no, I've been there. Okay, I know what that one is. Let us continue to have a chill Tuesday somewhere. Kind of felt like I got rid of some of my unhingedness, I'll be honest with you. I was like feeling a little unhinged at the start of stream, and now I'm like, I'm kind of mellowing out. I still had a bit of energy left in the day. Let's go bowling. Let's see if there's a cool bowling alley. Ooh, I should check a Wii Sports Resort World too. Wow, there's actually Wii Sports Bowling. After Dark Bowling makes me concerned. Ooh, Club Pride though. Maybe. Let's do Wii Sports and then maybe Club Pride. After Dark is something I don't want to do. I don't want to mark to stream 18+. Let's just go Wii Sports Bowling. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, there they are. Ah. Oh. What if hypothetically I just I think this is one where like the game's not actually programmed. I've got a bunch of bowling balls. Do 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 do. Here they are sitting in a bunch. One ball. Oh, I wanted to juggle these. Oh well. Okay. Them be cheating. Nuh-uh. Not hearing the bowling pins chatter when they hit. Yeah, for real. I need some dopamine. This world's too quiet. Like the aesthetics, but the world's just too quiet. So we shall go for a better bowling. Let's check out the bowling stadium, maybe. Actually, no, I want to see the Pride Bowling. I see a bowling Bonnie. Wow. Lucky Strike Bowling as well is a thing. Do 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 do. What are those noises? Oh no, not Hotel California! No! Stop the copyright! You got nope. Save me from copyright. Why is everything copyrighted? Seriously, why is there Hotel California just playing? I can't stream that shit, chat. I can't stream it when folks do that. Might have to blow up the stream, lol. You know, it's like every time I hear something like that, ugh. I'm gonna get myself... I couldn't hear anything. Well, I heard it, and I didn't want y'all to hear it, so... It was faint. It was very faint, but it was Hotel California. I know this music's not copyrighted, because I've been to the Black Cat a few times. This is where we had our first ever VR chat and chill. So much for our bowling alley. I went bowling today, which is why I kind of wanted to do so again. Jeez. Yeah, this place is nice. I like this place. Mods, get me a gin and tonic. I don't even know what a gin and tonic tastes like. Get me a harder daddy. The drink from Has Been. Let's put you right there. Perfect for chilling. I don't know if you can see like my that shaking. I have restless leg. Sometimes I have my restless leg thingy. I don't know why. I'm not even that anxious, but I just am. Hoping pomegranate juice. That sounds not bad. Tell this effing bud to put me down. Wow. No, I could really go for... You know what I could really go for? A fruit punch. A fruit punch is a mixture of a bunch of different vodkas. It's like cherry vodka, orange vodka, grenadine, and Sprite. All mixed together and tastes just like a fruit punch. I wrote down the ingredients for it, but my old college pub, that was my favorite drink to get there. And it was very nice. It was just a nice thing to sip on every now and then, maybe at the end of the week when I was having a rough time, or I had a handful of times I went. You know what I like, but it's dangerous? Long Island iced teas. They taste just like tea, but they are way too much alcohol content. They're nice, but oh my gosh, they will F you up. I feel too anxious. I don't know why. Like, why is my leg bouncing so much? Like, look at that. Look at my hand. I'm sending my controller down on my leg. And that looks wrong. Hold on. Maybe a different camera angle. But like, I'm literally like, I'm like bouncing and shaking. I feel like I have way too much energy. I don't know why. I went bowling today too, and like, I did a lot today. It's just my leg shaking, and it's nothing bad. Don't ayo this NB. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can prop up my feet anywhere so I can like kind of lounge. There we go. Kind of look like I'm leaning now. Mix a Coke and Pepsi, serving a glass with ice. That's pretty classic stuff. Here we go. Chat. Anything you want to talk about? Q&A. Oh, wait. That's something I could do. I could look for a Q&A world. I think that would be kind of fun. I have some chocolate chip cookies here. Yippee! They were yummer. Yummy. Yummer. I don't know, my brain's way too hyperactive. I want to chill, but it's like, god dang it. I dropped something. Don't know what it was. I like how I said, what's entitled this stream? Something like low vibe or chill vibes on a Tuesday night. It's like, it is, but like, also I want to do something. Thoughts on question mark? Thoughts on what? Chocolate may not be the best, but chocolate chip is just good. I mean, that's true. I mean, I like sweet things. I have a big sweet tooth. How about this? We'll just take a few moments here, just gather ourselves. I want to take a few deep breaths and just chill for a minute. Just thoughts on? There's really not too many thoughts up here, though. That's the thing. I'm just like, I don't know. Part of me is like excited because I'm going out in the field again next week. Another part of me is excited about the end of May I stream. I love May I stream. But oh my gosh, am I like, I feel a lot more lightheaded. I feel a lot more tired. I feel a lot more. I feel like the best way I can think about it is, you know how you have like an adrenaline rush? I feel like I'm constantly going through an adrenaline rush or completely tapped out. And it's like those two settings. So I'm out of it. And nice to see you again, cinnamon toasty. My night's not too bad, but hopefully yours is good. I had that stream we did today, that Cold Front. What a game! That is like way cooler, pun intended, than I thought it was gonna be. Like, I was worried about it because I've never heard of it before. I'd never really seen many reviews on it. Excuse me. I didn't know what to expect from it, and because it was based in horror, I was nervous. But it was really good. Like, I genuinely had a great time with it. Oh, I'm trying to like get the camera right where I want it. Okay. The art, the yaoi, it was good. I really liked it. I kind of wish I did the bad ending first, so the good ending was more fresh in my mind than the bad ending. But just like how that game talked about intrusive thoughts, oh my gosh. It was something. It was something cool. Excuse me. Jeez. This pup keeps yawning. I'm not a pup. No, this mutt keeps yawning. There we go. Got it right. No thought, head empty. It's nice to have that experience represented. That is true. I'm glad it is represented. I love yaoi. Yeah, no, that was like the horror yaoi is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot I could say about intrusive thoughts, but like, I feel like the problem with me is like I've repressed so much of those kind of intrusive thoughts that like I feel like I can't even muster communicating about them properly, if that makes sense. Like, I can't even verbalize it, but I experienced them, a good chunk of them, my own flavor of intrusive. You were just having a lot of those yesterday and the other day. I'm sorry to hear that. You three don't deserve it. You three are worthy of existing, and those thoughts are stinky, and not the good kind of stinky. Well, let's see, for a bit more before going to bed. Sounds good, DJ. Hopefully you get some good rest before then. I wish I could stack objects on my head without them falling through me. Like, I want to, like, place the pancakes on my head, but they just fall through. Someone said, yeah, yes, the horror game we played tonight, Cold Front, had underlying yaoi, which was pretty cool. Can't say we agree with the first part though. Whether that I think E3 should exist. I mean, I think so, at least. Even if y'all don't root for yourselves, I'm gonna try to root for all you. Even though I am a massive hypocrite and don't do the same for myself, I'm still going to. Before that, I kind of forgot the first part. No, I'm sorry. I sometimes speak and then I forget what I say. Saying you don't deserve it. Well, I don't think anyone really deserves to have those kind of thoughts, honestly. I mean, I guess really folks who refuse to change, maybe. I don't know. My point is, I don't want anyone to suffer. I don't think anyone really should. Ideally, in an ideal world, I'd want everyone to just exist and to respect everyone else's existence and not suffer. I don't think souls are inherently bad. I think good folks do bad things and bad folks do good things. And I think everyone deserves happiness, you know? And I don't think people really deserve to suffer much, you know? That's me anyway. I don't want people to suffer. Especially folks who are really nice to me, who help me out. Sorry, we completely lost it for a second. No, you're fine. I don't know. I just don't want y'all to suffer. I don't want anyone to. I don't want bad things. I don't know if I'm even wording that right. Sorry if I ain't. It would be nice to be just exist. That's what I want a lot, Cinnamon Toasty. That's what I aim for, at least in my community. The little bit of changes I can make. It really does mean a lot to us. You are wording it right. Okay, thank you. And hi, Barry, too. Hopefully you're doing well. Hi, Barry. Yeah, wording's hard. Feeling and emotion, so complicated. I feel like I take, like, psychological... You know, like, how in Dungeons & Dragons you roll a, like, D20 and you take, like, psychological damage? I feel like sometimes I take psychological damage out of nowhere, just, like, pfft, whiplash. Yeah, but I'm not too much into religion DJ plays, but I guess I'll take that as a thanks. I don't know, it probably could just be my upbringing. I've been so pressured into a certain mindset that I'm trying to kind of clean that mindset and like make it my own. Individualism means a lot to me. I don't want to follow the herd anymore, for lack of better terms. I don't want to be what someone else wants me to be. I just want to be me. And that's a hard feeling to process, and I'm still working through it. I'm wanting to just I know, like, deep in my heart and soul who I want to be. It's just difficult. But I will keep going. Just like I hope all you do the same if you all go through similar stuff. How is Jack? I'm processing. I'm existing. Which I think is pretty good. That's a good lyric. I like that lyric. I don't need you to respect me. I respect me. I don't need you to love me. I love me. But I want you to know you could know me if you change your mind. Change your mind. Change your mind. Can't really hit those high notes. What I miss? That's hard to summarize, but hopefully you're alright, Shy Guy. Let's go to a Q&A world. Let's mix up the vibe a little bit. We got some sentimental feelings and some yappies out. BRB, take care, Mike. Let's look up Q&A. Boop. There's no question and answer. I guess not just spell out Q&A. Question and answer, maybe. From Human the Song, I made us cry in a good way so many times. Yippee! I like the good crying is always great. What was I just good crying about? I like had to dip in the bathroom because I was good crying. I forget what it was now. I feel like it was something Steven Universe, but I'm not sure. I think it was about Found, actually. You know the song Found from the movie? Oh, there's Family Feud. Why is there... What the frick is this? I just want a question and answer. Why is there brain... Okay. That's very disappointing. We bought Transgender, one of the actual artists describing the song. Wow. Yeah, she spelled it like that. That's awesome. We bought Transgender. That's so funny, though. Was you crying because snakes don't have arms? No, it was just overfound. I feel like that's an easier... Maybe... Did I not... No, I can't capitalize, right? Is there seriously not... I feel like there's gotta be, like, a question and answer world. That's, like, not... Refined search, maybe. Popular. Nope. Been watching TV season 5 one night randomly. Yippee! Yeah, is there seriously not a question? I feel like there's gotta be like a really nice... None of these have to do with questions and answers. I'm afraid to do like truth or dare or something, because then that's gonna like maybe make the stream like 16 or 18 plus. Should I? Oh wait, the question game. Hold on. Question time, question game. These are the types of things I want to see. Okay. $178 questions to get to know your friends. Okay, well there you go. You can get to know me by me spinning a wheel. That'll work, maybe. Oh, now Steven has no gem. Wow. $36 questions? Oh, that's something I can look up then. So, let's see. I guess we could try this out too. And then I'll just look up 36 questions. Okay. Oh, these are just like things to mess up with it. I wonder if there's like a way to just randomly pick a question though. Out of all these questions on the ground, there's got to be a. Oh, here. Is there not like a dice block or something? Oh, here we go. Let's use this golden piss dice. How to? Each player chooses a pebble. Oh, well, I'm not gonna do a pebble. I'm just gonna use myself. I'm gonna roll the die. Yeah, no. Luckily, there's no. I don't think it's copyrighted music. It's just lo-fi. By the look of it. I mean, some lo-fi is copyrighted, but worst case scenario, I suffer through it like I did during the me and Shy Guy collab stream. I had to like mute so many songs from that VOD. But I guess we move. Yeah, it looks like we zigzag pattern. It looks like because goes woo. So let's properly roll the dice. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are you looking for in a friend? That is a good. That is wow. These are pretty solid questions. Okay. What I'm looking for when I look for friends is, it doesn't always have to be, but sometimes aligning interests can help. But the number one most important thing is just common ground of respect and communication. That's like the number one thing. So like you gotta have friends who understand your boundaries and respect those boundaries. And one of the most important things is there for you. I know for me, VR chat community world again. Wow, I can't believe you're chatting in there. But yeah, I think I know VR chat on the sign. I see. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing is just respect, communication, and like honestly just general getting along helps a lot. Like you don't even have to have the same interests. Like for example, me and Bunny have a lot of like polar opposite takes on certain things. Like as much as I'm like super into physical media, I know that they really want to get a Steam Deck. They would much prefer having games digitally and like through Steam and stuff. And that's completely understandable. Even though those are contradicting things, we still respect each other. We still care about each other a lot. Look at change your mind after Jack saying it. I forgot how short it was. I'm pretty sure I could do the falsetto in that. Cool. Alright, so yeah, I guess that answers what are you looking for in a friend. 4 spaces, up to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is your go-to song right now? Oh, how I adore My Life. My forever go-to song is Imagine Dragons' My Life. I listen to that at least once every day. And it helps recenter me so much. It's a little depressing of a song, but genuinely, Just like, I take the song as I'm listening to it and accepting that the years fly by and stuff happens, but I can recenter myself, and even though this might be my life right now, if it's not where I want it to be, that can change. And even some ways, my life's pretty decent. This is one of my highlights here. I feel most myself when I'm streaming because I'm able to express my passion, I'm able to yap, I'm able to be the most me I feel like I can be. So, yeah, My Life by Imagine Dragons. It's a go-to song. Whee! Another 6. I'm a high roller tonight. Up to 16. My favorite quote. Oh, jeez. That feels loaded. There's a lot of quotes. My favorite. Y'all should like the stream. No, I'm not a cutie patootie or a sweetheart, but if you like the vibes, if you like to hang out, if you like VR, drop a like. It does help me. Teehee. I'll say one of my favorite quotes because it's what's happening in my head right now. The steps I take don't have to be big. They just need to take me in the right direction. It's a quote from Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was like a Marvel show. But that is a really good life advice that I sometimes quote to myself. I know it's more of like a serious quote, but there's some funny quotes. There's some... But that's something I sometimes repeat to myself pretty frequently. Steps I take don't have to be big. They just gotta take me in the right direction. Whee! 4. Again, what is these high rolls? 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. What question should everyone answer at least once in life? What do I want to do with it? I know it's a loaded question, but at the end of the day, you get to decide what you want to do with your life. So I think everyone should question themselves and ask themselves, what do I want to be? What do I want to do in life? What do I want to be? And then find ways to work towards that. Is disapproval what it takes to live again is one of our favorite quotes. Wow. That's something. You know, I like the for the question to ask yourself, what do you want to do? Oh my god, shoot, duh. Back to the favorite quote thing, I'm gonna re-roll that because I didn't really properly roll that. Favorite quote. Gerson, how do you want it to end? How do you want your story to end? To paraphrase. And so yeah, we were at 20. Let me properly re-roll. That was not a roll. That's better. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is your best quality? Flavor. Yippee! No, that's so real and based, though. What I think my best quality is probably my open-mindedness. It's something that I'm trying really hard to maintain. Because so many times, like, I feel like people pressure or society pressures for you to try to think and be a certain way. But I strive with every fiber, every ounce of flame in my soul to say, screw that. I want to get to know people. I want to get to know other souls. So, yeah, I would say my personal favorite quality is my open-mindedness. I want to keep being open-minded no matter what. One. Energy drink, yes/no, and what flavor? My back is dead. I'm sorry to hear that, Mike, but welcome back. Energy drink. I don't drink energy drinks. But if I did, I'd probably drink something sweet, like a orange flavor, or cherry, or strawberry. But I don't typically drink energy drinks. I'm more of a coffee NB. I'm counting that as a reroll. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at 33. Did you collect notifications or do you clean them up? It depends on the software. For Discord, I collect notifications. I don't ever clear my notifications. For other social stuff, I try to clean up my notifications. I try to clean up my notifications for like texts and like YouTube notifications. But like Discord, absolutely, I collect them. Mine is White Monster. I feel like I should like White Monster, but at the same time, I never tried it, so. And then it's just try a different flavor. My heart races when I drink energy drinks. No, that's so real. I had that problem with Game Fuel. Back when Game Fuel was like a major thing. Like the Mountain Dew G Fuel. I had like freshman year a few times, and literally I felt my heart feeling like it was bouncing out of my chest while playing Minecraft Sky Wars. Was one of my first ever live streams I used to do. Those are the times. That was a thing. Our favorite flavor was blueberry when we did drink them, but no, never again. Understandable and real. You know, I haven't had an energy drink since I've kind of moved on to coffee, which isn't much better, but like I kind of still need a caffeine fix in order to function how I want to function. So, spin 1. Do you have a crush on someone in your... That's a complicated one. Yes and no. There's someone I see as dateable, but I'm too anxious to go ask them. And I'm also not where I want to be right now either. Yes and yes and's a good one. But my declaration I have is I don't want to date again until I'm ready. I don't want to date again until I have like my own place, I think. Once I'm fully on my own, I want to move into my own place, be comfortable there for like a month at least, like all settled in. Then I might start dating again. Because only then, when I'm fully on my own, do I think I'll feel most ready to date someone, because then I'll also be more myself. The only time I really get a glimpse of who I really want to be is, again, this streaming Jackogień. But I'm not ready for that. That's a bit of a loaded question, Lee. Do I have a crush on someone? Because yes, I do, but I'm not going to act on it. I set a frequent notification, so I do not collect any notifs. Understandable. Whee! 4. The best superpower, but includes an inconvenience. Shape-shifting, but you have to go back to your default form for probably... Actually, that's an interesting thing I could do. Shape-shifting, but you can only do it while you're conscious. So if you sleep, you revert back to your default vessel. That would be an inconvenience, I think. It would be nice to shapeshift and maintain that shape-shifting even when unconscious, even when sleeping. So that would be an inconvenience, I feel like. Because you would have to be, like, awake, too. That gave me 2 shorts of creating fitting side effects. Wow. Yeah, that's an interesting one. For me, shape-shifting's paws down the best ability, because then I could express myself a lot better. 2. Are you an overthinker? Well, have a built-in inconvenience with our sonas and OC shapeshifting can only reflect your real inner self. That's cool. I like that. Also, chat, if you know me, you know I'm an overthinker at heart. Are gone and we can't use any disguises. Yeah, no, that's cool. I like that. That's awesome. The ability to create any machine out of nothing, but it disappears after a day. But still, that's pretty cool, because then you have that machine for a day. So if you wanted to, you could just build, like, I don't know, like, an amazing aircraft, and then fly around for a day, and then it just disappears. You know, I'm gonna save this world. This world's pretty interesting. I'm liking this world so far. Just, like, rolling a dice and... Star. Is it quest compatible? It is quest compatible. I'm filling up this list pretty quickly. It's called the Question Game by VR Chat. Wee. 2. Person of your choice has to ask you a question. Well, because I'm not playing with anyone, so I have to ask chat. Let's see. Andy, ask me a question. I literally just, like, skim down the chat and just, like, slow down my paw randomly. Ask me a question, Andy. Mike, I know you weren't the one I'm asking the question for. Those videos where people are like, say a superpower and people in the comments can ruin it because the bad part is always so funny, right? I love shiny dice. I like shiny things. Look at the shiny. 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 Ooh. He's so shiny. It's so reflective. Oh, draw your collar in. I wasn't asking you, Pearl Cherry or Violet. What's your opinion on my favorite animal? Elephants. I think elephants are really cool. Have you seen those videos where, like, how friendly elephants can be? Like, if you just, like, go up to it, you can, like, pet it. You can, like, feed it water. Elephants are super, like, nice. And apparently they love, like, people. They think, like, people are, like, the neatest little creatures. So they, like, treat most people very well. But also, I love the fact that they don't forget things. So if you ever mistreat an elephant or an elephant's, like, family, it will never forget. And it will hold that grudge. So I just think that's, like, really fascinating because, like, they're one of the sweetest creatures, but also don't get on their bad side. So I think elephants are neat. 6. Up to 48. If you had one question answered truthfully, what would you ask? Gosh, that's a loaded question, too. I don't know who the question's directed towards. What do you really think about me? Because probably one of my most intrusive thoughts, going back to Cold Front, is I'm afraid that people just don't genuinely like me. It's an intrusive thought, I know it is, but I'm afraid that people, like, tease me and compliment me, and I'm afraid that it's disingenuous. So, if I could get an answer truthfully out of anyone, it'd be, what do you really think about me? Or star, same here. I am, obviously I relate. Very approachable and friendly and funny. I don't really think I'm funny. I make shit jokes, but I appreciate it, Mike. I don't know. That's definitely one that's constantly playing in the back of my head. Are people just pitying me, or do they genuinely see something there that I don't? Wee. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Public, friends, invite, or group instances. Obviously, I'm under invite. You're a very sweet person who's way too hard on himself, and you're helping us through a lot. Well, I'm glad I could help you through a lot, at least. I'm definitely too hard on myself, I know that much, but, like, I also just, that's all I've known, if that makes sense. Your Let's Plays are fun, but also you talk very real. It really makes me think, well, that's good. Hope you do get to see it. God, man. Well, thank you all. I don't think I deserve that, but regardless, I appreciate it. Genuinely, I appreciate it. But yeah, for me, I'd be like invite/invite plus, I guess, for world instances, because I can't do public. And very rarely I'm just on just the friends option, unless I know no one is streaming or doing content stuff, I guess. I would have your membership for as long as I have, and you helped me through some of the darkest times of my life. Thank you greatly for that. Of course, gaming. I want to help folks because I know what it's like to, have those dark times. Not exactly, but I know everyone has their own flavor of bad times. So, just want to help folks, whether it be spontaneous and silly while playing Splatoon, or more laid back, chill, and more talking about life like here. I appreciate you all for that. Thank you all for all the compliments. You too, Dylan. Dylan, Pearl Cherry Vi, Gaming, Mike, Nobody, Alola, Andy. Appreciate you all. Yeah. I guess that answers the 53 was a very easy question to answer. Just, I'm always on invite. You're covering loving streams. Well, thank you, Cinnamon and Toasty. I hope to keep seeing you show up for future ones and, get to see you more. I know you're more relatively new to the community, but I'm more than happy to have more friendly, good vibe folks around, That's what we want here. Nice, inclusive, just existing community is the best way I can put it. I just want this community to exist, be inclusive, be respectful, understanding, caring, because that's all the things I strive for. So, yippee! I even forgot there was a lo-fi for a second because of how quiet it is in the background. I could turn it up a bit. Alright. Whee! 3. Thank you, Cinnamon Toasty. I love it too. Do I look similar to my avatar? I wish. The only thing I look similar to is the hoodie. I like hoodies. Comes a lot. It's still far from decent, but it's better than it used to be. Well, that's good. And like I said, with the one of my favorite quotes, steps you take don't have to be dig. They don't have to be dig. We're digging our goals. No, we're digging our steps now. Apparently, no. The steps you take don't have to be big. They just gotta take you in the right direction. And even if it's far from where your goal is, as long as it's heading there, I'm glad that it helps. And games are proof of your positive impact. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you can have those symbols. I'm glad you can, express yourself more. It's a really amazing thing to do. And are eagerness to explain them when we used to be so scared. Yeah, no, I'm glad that you are eager, because you deserve to be eager. Like, everyone should be able to have that confidence and that excitement and that energy to express and talk about themselves. It's a wonderful feeling to have, and I want everyone to get there, because expressing yourself is one of the greatest things, I think. Getting to know a soul, getting to express your soul, it's important. It's special. And hello, Brian and Juan. Hopefully you're both doing well. We're just answering questions in this question world while just talking about life and stuff. We'd be comfortable expressing our plurality online without you either. Well, I'm glad you do. It's nice to, see you express yourselves. Wow, bread emojis. Wow. I had some bread earlier today. I had a sandwich. Whee! 3. 1, 2, 3. Do you currently have a favorite word? Yummers. Yummers or yippee are two of my favorite words. I just love saying yummers. Yippee! Yummer. A bread cult? Am I getting raided? I feel comfortable to do it first. Well, I'm glad you did, Pearl Cherry and Violet. I'm happy to see ya do so. Yeah, you said, what, Lauren's side? I'm assuming, are we getting raided? If so, cool. Bread's neat. Welcome in, Bread Cult. I have to... It does look like so. Lauren Z side. Alola, can you do me a solid and grab Lauren Z side's link? And once Lauren shows up, maybe we can ask them what they were up to streaming wise, and say thank you for the raid. I don't think I'm ready for this. Wow. On it. Thank you, Alola. Appreciate you. We're not even knowing if we could safely show it in other streams we've been at for months. Now we have the confidence to express it in streams we've never been to. Well, I'm glad you can do so, Pearl Cherry and Vi. Happy for y'all. So what, you have Lauren and then Breddy the Bagel. Wow. There's Breddy the Bagel. Hi, Breddy. Lots of bread going on. Have a good night. Y'all like... something tells me you all would love Splatoon, because there's a certain Splatfest with Team Bread, which actually, funny enough, I was on. I had a croissant style beanie for that with one of my art. Oh, you're heading out, Mike. Take care. Peace, love, and good vibes. Have a good night. Have a good chill night. My nose itches sometimes in VR. Jeez. It's like grass, but it's socially acceptable. Wow. Also, if you're referring to me, I go by they. Tee. I don't know what do you mean by in the clear. So much bread. Bread's kind of yummer. I kind of actually want to... Yeah, I feel like I appreciate the support, but I feel like it's a little too... We're having too much bread now. You're flooding the room with too much bread. Can you watch the spam a little bit, please, and thank you. I appreciate the enthusiasm. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but can we tone it down just a hair? I want to make sure everyone has proper room to talk, you know? Like, I want to make sure everyone can properly chat and communicate. Especially with a stream like this, where we're talking about, like, emotions and stuff. I want to make sure everyone can talk good. Oh, gotta plug in my cord. Hold on. I have my cord somewhere on the floor. I just need to plug it in. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Ba-da-da-da-do. Where's my thing? There it is. I was like, I know my cord's nearby. I need to plug it into my headset. I don't want it dying. Do-do-do-do-do. I turned bread to toast. No, it's okay. Just, I'll ask again. Just like, calm down a little bit with the bread emojis. I appreciate the support. I appreciate y'all stopping in. But yeah, don't want to clog up the chat too much because I want everyone to be able to chat. You know. Only one? Yeah, no, you're good. Mods, turn that single loaf into toast, please. I kind of want some toast for breakfast now. I usually skip out on breakfast. I mean, what? Who said that? Alright, let's roll the dice. I'll go soon. Should we go? I mean, you can stay, just like watching the spam. Instructions unclear, teleporting the bread. You what? Okay, so maybe I can rephrase that. No, wait just a moment, Pearl, Cherry, and Violet. Wait a moment. I skip breakfast, but I make up for it later. So, like, when I first wake up, I typically had breakfast. Now I shouldn't say skip, I postpone breakfast from right when I get up at, like, 6. Or, yeah. Typically, I eat it right when I got up around 6 to postponing it till, like, 8. And then, from then, because I postponed it from 6 to 8, I just pack my breakfast with my lunch, and eat breakfast at work then. You need to eat. I am eating, don't worry. Not how food works, you can't make up for it. No, I am. I'm just like, I'm eating at 8 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. I'm just delaying it like an hour or two. I'm still eating the same amount of food, I'm just spacing it out at different times. So I wake up, have coffee, drive to work, get situated at work, and then I eat. You know, they're not... Chat, I try to be nice to you all. Can you... I don't think they're listening. I try to be nice and say, hey, can you dial it back a little bit? Is that an actual raid by a streamer? It's just... Oh, okay, well... They're giving so many warnings. Yeah, no, they were given enough. Nobody, do your thing. Spin them around and make them dizzy. Thanks for the engagement, I guess. Question mark, but... Still... Anyways, what were we talking about? Right, breakfast delaying. The bread of 26 instead of the bite of 87. The breading of 26. But yeah, no, I still eat breakfast. I just changed when I eat it from at home to work. Nobody shotgun was in need of fresh food anyway. That's true. Alright, let's roll the dice. Whee! 1. What habit do you need to get rid of? You know, this is a perfect example, actually. Being too easy on some folks. I give people, like, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, many chances. Okay, we actually do this thing because our estrogen. Understandable. I thought I could set the dice on the ledge there. I guess I can't. That's one bad habit I need to get rid of, is giving folks way too many chances when I, like, you know, trying to, like, communicate, like, hey, can you not appreciate this, but could you rephrase? Could you... I'm a wolf, Matt. People walk right over me sometimes. So that's a habit I need to adjust. Whee! 2. If you lived in a medieval village, what would your job be? Probably a witch or blacksmith. Actually, no. I would like to go mining. Probably, like, harvest iron ore and coal and stuff like that. Basically be like a blacksmith's apprentice and work on getting the raw materials in order to make the weapons and armor and stuff like that. I'd like to be like just the folk that helps out with the blacksmith shop. Either that or an innkeeper. They yearn for the mines. Realistically, I mean, you could be a witch, if that's what you're asking. You could be unrealistic, like more so like magical witchcraft. 2. 1, 2. Does TikTok need to be deleted? That's a loaded question. See, media... I don't want to, like, make folk... Even though if... Okay, the best way I can word this... The best way I can word how I feel about this, how I feel about TikTok and stuff. I think people should be able to, like, freely express themselves, but also... I think there's a lot of toxicity on it. That's a good word for it. I don't think it necessarily needs deletion. It needs recreation and refurbishing and different type of management, I think. Be accused of being a witch. Wow. My mother tried TikTok and got herself hacked by Russia of all things. Wow, that's crazy. You know, I think TikTok needs to be refurbished in how it's managed and how it's run and how it's styled. I don't know if it necessarily needs deletion, but it needs correction. This twisted game needs to be reset. Yeah, pretty much. That's a good way to communicate how I feel about TikTok. Okay, we're going to 68. What is too serious to joke about? To me, suicide. I think that's the most effed up thing if people joke about that. I want to do my part in trying to prevent it. I think people who joke about it, that's gross. You know? Oh, we could have had 6-7. Gosh dang it, Andy. You and your 6-7 jewels. Thank you for the jewels. But why? Why 6-7 jewels? Grr. So I don't know where my mouse is. I was gonna, like, show that comment, but I don't even know where my mouse is. Okay, there it is. Boop. But no, that's simply my answer. I think that's too much to joke about. That topic is too heavy. 1, 2. Which outdated trend do you secretly miss? Slap bracelets. I think slap bracelets are pretty cool. That, and what was the rubber bands that came in funky shapes? I forget what that's called, but it's literally just like a rubber band, but you just lay it out on the ground and it turns into different shapes. Like, they had ones for, like, dinosaurs and silly bands, yeah. I think that's what it's called. I think that's pop-up headlights. No, pop-up headlights are kind of neat. I've seen those on a few cars, or older car. I'm not really a car NB, but I think I can understand the stylization of that. Yeah, slap bracelets and silly band would be for me. 3. 1, 2, 3. Are you a stubborn person? When I want to be. If I have something in my mind, I can be a very stubborn individual. Like, wow, okay. For your headset, can you, like, actually charge instead of, like, glitching? I'd appreciate it. How to answer when we don't remember any of the old trends. Yeah, no, I just slap bracelet. That's all I really know. But yeah, no, for the stubborn person thing, absolutely if I'm in the right mind. Prime example of it. My gaming desk that I have, my new gaming desk. Family was like, yeah, no, let's build that together. We'll do it on this night. And I was like, nah. I'm gonna do this tonight. I don't care. I want this built. I want to use it. I want to organize my stuff. I want this gaming desk built as soon as possible. I know you two have other stuff going on, so let me build it. I don't care if I do it by myself. And I did just that. I built this entire gaming desk, for like, I think it was like 4 hours straight I worked on it. And then I built it. Or assembled it. I didn't build it. I assembled it from, instructions. Sick of stubbornness. Understandable. That is such a real thing to feel, Andy. I understand that completely. So yeah, for me, it depends on what it is. If it's for the right reasons, or if it's just something that's like, I have something dead set in my mind on. I'm like a steam train. I just go like, choo-choo, all the way to my goal. So, depends on what. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you tell anyone here your deepest secret? I don't even know what my deepest secret would be. I'm mostly an open book about a lot. Well, I guess there is that one thing. There's something that had to deal with my car that I don't think I ever told anyone. My first car. I don't have to tell what it is. It just says, did I tell anyone here my deepest secret? I don't think so, no. Whee! 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who do you wish was still alive? Shit. That's my uncle. After my uncle died, my life kind of started the downward spiral that was 2023. That's a loaded question. But, yeah. He died suddenly from a heart attack, and I was just texting him. It was the Friday. No, I texted him on Thursday, I think. It was the right before the Dark Chocolate Splatfest. In Splatoon, the first time around in 2023. For those in the Splatoon community. And then I got the text Sunday morning that he suddenly passed. We just talked on that Thursday. And he said he would visit me at college and we would grab a drink together. And I was really looking forward to it. And it never came to be. That screwed me up a lot. I don't know how he would feel about me being like queer and androgynous and stuff like that, but despite not knowing that, I could still know that overall he was a pretty good soul. He had like a very hearty laugh. He would chuckle. He was terrible at singing, but he still sung anyway, like no one in the world could hear him. I used to fall asleep on the back of his four-wheeler when we'd go for four-wheeler rides near the woods. Thanks, chat. I mean, I know it happened a while ago. It was 2023, but it still hurts really, really bad. I don't think I mean, I hope he wouldn't change his view on me, even if I'm not a nephew or a niece. If I'm just, I wonder what the non-binary term for nephew or niece is. I need to look that up. But regardless, thank you all, thank you chat, for the condolences and stuff. Yeah, I really wish I had that drink with him. It would be nice to spend time. Instead, there's no closure with that, and that's the biggest problem. Without getting too real about that, well, actually, no, I will be real with that, because that's the point of these streams. To be real about that, when someone suddenly passes away, you don't get any closure. It's the worst feeling, because you can't do anything. You can't close the chapter in a healthy way. You can't really talk to the individual anymore. It sucks. I remember sending him a text after he died saying, I wish I had that drink with you, before eventually I got the AT&T notification that this number is no longer in use or whatever automated bullshit. But that was like a week after I sent that response. AT&T then said like the number was discontinued or whatever. But damn, that's to be real, that's like the one of the most hurtful things is if someone suddenly passes, you can't exactly get one-on-one closure. You have to find other ways to manage it. What is his favorite drink? Rum and Coke. I was gonna split a rum and Coke with him. Every time I have a rum and Coke now, there's part of my back of my mind thinking about him. That's something I drank a bit after he was gone. Before I had my probably one of the worst years of my life was 2023. That's a whole other thing, but just to talk about who do I wish was still alive, absolutely him. The other family members I lost, they seem to, it's felt like, for lack of better terms, it felt like it was in a way predictable. They were getting old, they were getting sick. We could properly hang out and say our goodbyes to other family that I lost. But when it came down to my uncle, it was the most sporadic thing. He took care of me most of my life. I never got to know him much before he passed, but he's always there and I loved him. I'm glad that you had him in your life, Cinnamon Toasty. It's nice to have folks in your life who are those, like, even if it wasn't like through blood or anything, that's still like a grandfather figure. So I'm glad you had a good time with him, even though didn't know him too much. I'm glad he took care of you. That's so good. With you and her, although you passed it, love you had for each other will still remain. That is true. And the memories are still there. The memories help rekindle my soul fire. Alright, moving on from really sad shit. At least y'all will get to know me a little bit more. From one heavy question to another. These things are really intense. So, jeez. What fear do you try to face? Mostly my biggest fear is intertwined with my anxiety. The biggest fear I face is on a day-to-day basis is just the fear of resentment and backlash. The fear of not being enough. The fear of messing up and getting fired. The fear of losing the good in my life. That's a big fear I try to face on the daily. For 90. What would you not do for someone you love? What would I not do? I don't know. If I love someone unconditionally, it's hard for me to not do anything for them. I guess. What would I not do for someone I love? I wouldn't change myself just for them. That's something. Maybe don't do anything illegal. I mean, depends on what it is. Like, if I'm, like, pirating a TV show or something, it's like, that's not that big of a deal. In terms of, like, doing a favor for a loved one. The biggest answer I have is what I said. I would not change myself for someone else I love. Because then... Oh my god, actually, there's a really good... I don't think I told anyone in chat about this song. I just randomly discovered a song. I forget who it's by, but, like, one of the lyrics... Like, hold on, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna actually look it up here. It is, like, a really... It talks about something similar to this. So I'm gonna grab my phone quick, and I'm gonna see if I can find it. Let me just... One more moment, chat. I'm going to find this thing. I was just listening to it while I was mowing. On Monday. Or yesterday, wow. I don't even know days of the week. But... Let's see. I'm trying to boot it up. It's taking a minute. Okay. You can get it. It was like a really... Oh my gosh. There we go. The song is called If I Killed Someone for You. And it sounds like crazy, right? Like that title, If I Killed Someone for You. But the message of the song is about, like, there's a part of the lyrics where it changes, and it says, like, the person he killed was was me, because he changed himself so much for the person that he had feelings for, that he basically killed his past self, changed himself so much that he's unrecognizable now. And that's, like, a really heavy thing in that song. Is like, if you change everything about yourself just to make somebody else happy, you're basically just destroying yourself, basically making yourself someone you aren't, just for that other person. And that's, like, Could you say the band? Yeah, the band or the singer is Alec Benjamin? Spelled A-L-E-C, Benjamin. Yeah, I'm pulling up the lyric now. Because, like, the whole thing is, like, the whole message of the song is, like, if I killed someone for you, and then it randomly changes near the end to say, like, about how, like, what the song really was meant. Trying to find the exact lyric that I was like, it was really good. I was like, scrolling through the lyric. Come on. Do I have to, like... Would you love me more? Yeah, there we go. You have to understand that the one I killed is me, changing what I was for what you wanted me to be. I followed your direction, did everything you asked. I hope that makes you happy, because there's just no turning back. That segment is so... Oh my gosh, I love that segment. You know, like, destroying your previous self out of self-love, that's cool. But this, like, heavy, like, this is, like, the negative side of that. That's, like, the good version of doing so. But this is, like, the bad version of... Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna reread that segment slower in case I spoke too fast. But... Yeah, the lyric, you have to understand that the one I killed is me, changing what I was for what you wanted me to be. I followed your direction, did everything you asked. I hope that makes you happy, because there's no turning back. And then, like, yeah, that's just the whole premise of the song, If I Killed Someone for You by Alec Benjamin. That's what... That relates to the question here. What would you not do for someone you love? I would not change who I am. Because it's absolutely what you said, Cinnamon Toasty. There's nothing more real than just being you. Being yourself. Being your true self. What your soul is. So I would not do that for someone I loved. Because I would want them to love me for me. Not what they want me to be. Whee! That wasn't a good dice roll at me. That's better. 1. Are most of your friends on red, orange, green, or blue? Let's see. Pretty sure everyone is not online right now. Yeah. Either online or not online at all. So, I guess green and gray would be... Also, we're so estrogen. The last thing I saw was, like, we like the reverse of that, destroying your previous self out of self-love, which I think is awesome. And I saw your worship of estrogen, which is awesome as well. Did hide it and I had to show it. What, the you're so estrogen? Why did YouTube hide shit like that? YouTube's stinky. YouTube can be big stinkers and not the good kind. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully the estrogen was yummer. What crime needs to be punished more? Oh, gee, I don't know. Just off the top of my head, you know... I don't know, maybe, like, the whole thing about, like, lobbying and stuff like that, and the corruption that happens in the government, maybe that should, you know, stop, instead of people blindly getting away with it. Especially, like, people just increasing their net worth by, like, billions of dollars. Other message. You did! Let's go! Oh my gosh, that's so good to hear. Okay. Oh, I'm so happy for you three. Oh, I was so worried that you wouldn't be able to get it. I'm so glad you did. Oh, I'm so happy for you three. Good job. I'm so glad the pharmacy actually got you the goods. Yippee! One. What is illegal but morally wrong to you? Potentially a hot take. I think for me, unless you have no way of experiencing it, it feels a little bit morally wrong to emulate games. For me, I know it's legal, but for me, it feels a little morally gray. If you already own the game, that's one thing, but if you don't own the game and you're just downloading the ROM of the game and you've never owned it before, that feels a little eh. But that's just me being a game dev and me wanting to game programmers to get paid more. Especially if it's an indie game. Like, that feeling is, like, amplified to the max if it's an indie game. Whee! Wow, rolling a lot of ones now. What did you hold yourself accountable recently? Through VR chat and chill? I recently was accountable for how I used to, not be aware of others' boundaries as often. And now I've changed a lot to be more aware and never cross boundaries. Download a game you don't own is illegal? Oh, okay, well then I don't really know a good one for what is legal but morally wrong then. There we go, nice stream. Thanks, Mr. Froggy. Have a good night. Peace, love, a good vibe. Software subscriptions, especially for cars. You know, right? That's effed up. Software subscriptions for cars are messed up for sure. Like, that should just be a feature in the car. You shouldn't have to pay so much for that. No, oh, actually, that's such a better answer, Pearl Cherry and Violet. Forcing kids to be part of a religion. You know, that's the whole point of things is we should have freedom of religion, which means freedom from religion too. You don't have to have that shoved down your throat or forced to think a certain way or believe a certain thing. I would say cheating on your spouse should be illegal, maybe even punishable by mandatory divorce with the victim. Genuinely, I can vibe with that. Absolutely. I don't like cheating at all. That is something that, like, absolutely, like, hurts my soul. But yeah, for holding myself accountable recently, genuinely VR chat and chill. I don't know which part it was, but I know there was one where we had a deep conversation about that. Whee! Oh, that's way too far. I was at 97. 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 102. Your most shocking internet experience. You could legally get in trouble for at one point. Dang. Your most shocking internet experience. I'm trying to figure out how to word this in a PG manner. I really don't know how to word it in a PG manner. I don't know how to word it in a PG manner, chat. That was a thing that happened to you, gaming? That's insane. Okay, I'm gonna show that comment because it relates. It might be a skip, lol. I'm gonna skip this one. If this was an 18+ stream, I would rant, but I'm just gonna skip this one. 4. Action field, spin the wheel. Oh, jeez. Let's see what this is all about. Touch the grass. I have to touch grass. Hold on. I can't believe the game's making me touch grass. Okay. There. Good grass. I'm touching grass. There's the grass. I touched the grass. Ah, grass. Whee! 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? No. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Me to eat it. Grass of hay. Yummer. My eyes are itchy. Probably from touching grass. Would you rather hire a chef, maid, or a handyman? I mean, the thing with food is, like, I can eat almost anything. Handyman, I usually just, like, can easily ask Jackogień for things, or quickly YouTube stuff. I don't really like cleaning all the time, so I would probably hire a maid because I don't like to clean sometimes, unless I'm really blasting music in my headphones. Probably maid or handyman. Maid, handyman, chef, in that order, because yeah, I'm not always in the mood to clean. That definitely needs an extreme makeover. Wow, you know, because I like cooking the most. I wouldn't want to hire a chef because I like to cook. And hello, Robo. Hopefully you're doing well. Are you more street or book smart? Where's the I'm not smart option? Had a maid growing up. It's pretty common where I'm from. Wow, interesting. You'd be in a maid anywhere but our own house. That is such a real thing. Oh my gosh. Genuinely, oh, I don't want to tell that story actually, but I genuinely like went over to someone's house and was like, "Do you mind if I start like," because they had a few things like spread out. It's just like, "Do you mind if I like touch things up a little bit?" It felt like a sudden urge, like I wanted to help out with. Illa and CT, hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, chat, I don't know how to answer this question. I don't think I'm smart. I don't think I'm street smart or book smart. So, like, maybe halfway in between? I don't know. I don't think there's a word for that, but I think I'm halfway in between street or book smart. Auto mechanics, I feel like that's an in-between one, too. Which is a mix of both. Yeah, I would say I'm a mix of both, then. I rolled a 5, so 117. Do you help others even if it does not benefit you? Absolutely. I am 100% a people pleaser. So even if I suffer from it, as long as somebody else benefits from it, and I'm creating a positive impact more so, I will still do it to help. That's just who I am. Version of street smart / silly. Yippee! And hi, Greg. Hopefully you're doing well. Wait, did I go backwards? So are you more... Yeah, it's 112? I was at 112. And I was... You know, we were at 109. I rolled to 112. And then a 112 to... 117. I was going backwards before this? Where? And... No, because I was at Action Field. 106 to 109. Yeah, 106 to 109 to 112 to 117. By one scare being a dupe on your land on... Oh, okay, yeah, no, there's dupes of the Action Field. See, there's an Action Field there, there's an Action Field there. There's a few dupes of that. I'm definitely a people pleaser. Same here. Wee! Wee! Oh. Wee! 3, 2, 120. Do you believe people can truly change? Yes, but... I'm going to put a but here. Yes, people can truly change, but that doesn't mean you have to be comfortable to give them that second chance. One of my favorite lines from Steven Universe Future comes from the Bluebird episode. Where Greg tells Steven just point blank, like, look, if you're not comfortable with this individual being here, that's perfectly valid. That's, like, perfectly real. You don't have to be the one to give Bluebird that second chance. Even if they do deserve a second chance, you don't have to be the one to give it to her. And that's kind of what I think about here. Yes, I think people can change. It also doesn't mean people will. I agree with you, nobody. I think people can change. That doesn't mean they will. And you don't have to be the one to give them that second chance. There's a certain thing that doesn't really change. I don't know about that, because, like, for me anyway, I believe in the soul the most. I think the soul is a reflection of your true self. Hypothetically, souls can change. So I think people can change, but it doesn't mean they will. Some people never really do, or they go somewhere they can't return from. Yeah, that's true. Everyone deserves a second chance, but yeah, the person they wrong doesn't have to be the one to give it to them. That's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, that's what I 100% agree with. I 100% agree with Pearl Cherry Violet and nobody on that. Sorry, Robo, I don't really know what you're talking about with the whole neurochemical stuff, but yeah, I think people can change. Doesn't mean people will, and doesn't mean you have to be the one to give people that second chance if you're the person they wronged. Hello, Tyler. You're not really late. As long as I'm still streaming, you're technically here. Hopefully you're having a good Tuesday. 5. Go to 125. Name an underrated game which deserves more love. Well, because Pearl Cherry and Violet are here. Cassette beasts. But for my personal take, In Stars in Time. Both are incredible RPG indie games. One's a creature collector, one's a RPG about time travel. So, for me, those are two underrated games that deserve more love. Cassette Beasts and In Stars in Time. Cassette Beasts, Cassette Beasts, Cassette Beasts, rah! World's End Club, interesting. Whee! 4, 129. Do you mostly sit or stand while playing VR? Mostly sit when I'm doing this. Although I've found that if I'm just hanging outside of stream in VR, I will alternate between standing up and sitting down. Because that's what I did when I hung out with Mike. Mike just kind of... I kept alternating between standing up and sitting. Momentum Valley, I haven't played in a while. Whee! Oh, Monument Valley. I thought that said Momentum Valley. It's Monument Valley. Sit when chill mode. Yeah, pretty much. Whoopee! 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Action field. I gotta spin the wheel. Spin. Spawn to define weird. I mean, I'm already a furry, so I mean, / positive weird. What's I don't know. Explore avatars. You know what? We'll be Sans Undertale. Sans Undertale's pretty weird. I'll just roll 1 dice as Sans and I'll go back to Rennis. 1. What is something you cannot cook? Anyone can cook. Honestly, good question. I don't think I could. I feel like I could cook anything with a recipe is a problem. So, I'm not quite sure what I couldn't cook. I'll tell you something I can't cook. I can't cook videos. I'm not good at cooking when I create videos. My videos are still very lackluster and very minimal editing. So I can't cook in that regard. Other than fish, I think that's less bad for me. Understandable. Whee! 4. 139. Are you an impulse buyer or do you think first? Yes. I'm both an impulse and I think it through. Sometimes if it's like, ooh, I need to get this now, I'll impulse it. Other times I'll think it through. But like when it came to stuff like I got the do you know the Pokemon 30th anniversary jukebox? Like I knew that was gonna get sold out instantly, so as soon as I saw that go on sale, I bought it. As soon as like the sales went up from it, I bought it immediately. So you play. What do you think of Fire Emblem? I actually really like Three Houses. I would like to play that more. I enjoyed the bit of Three Houses I played. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What excuse are you tired of hearing? It depends on what it is. It depends on what the excuse is for. If it's someone... What's the excuse you're tired of hearing? I will say... One excuse. I'm sorry to target you all as viewers. Wait, that says tried, not tired. You tried of hearing. I think it meant tired of hearing. I think that's a typo. You know, what excuse are you tired of hearing instead of tried of hearing? Spelling error. Not to target you all, but chat as a collective, just YouTube chat in general. I'm tired of hearing the excuse of, like, I thought it was funny when someone's being toxic. I've seen that a few times through a few people I had to block on YouTube where they were just being toxic and they were like, I was just being funny, or I thought I was being funny, when in reality they were being toxic. I'm just tired of hearing that as an excuse of, oh, I thought it was funny, or I was trying to be funny, when they're genuinely being, like, mean. 5, we're going to 150. A good job with mediocre pay or a bad job with good pay? Say my back hurts too much. Honestly, that's so fair and real though. For me, where I'm at in life right now, I would rather take a bad job with good pay. Simply because I want to move out. If I could still manage to move out, I would take the good job with mediocre pay. But yeah, if mediocre pay is just living paycheck to paycheck, but you're still like living on your own, I would take the mediocre, quote unquote, mediocre pay. But yeah, I need more context for the question. 152. Which fictional character do you relate to the most? That is such a freaking loaded question. There's so many fictional characters I relate to. Oh, jeez. I don't have an answer for that. Steven Universe is someone I relate to a lot as somebody who will try to put others first before myself, but then I might suffer because of it. That's one aspect of myself that I relate to. Being one of them since you met her. Yippee! I need to play more Cassette Beast so bad. You know, actually, I could see myself as a mixture of Spinell and Steven. I do have the anxiety of being left alone. And being like a little bit unhinged and a goober, but also going through my own stuff. Name the other two when you meet them. Yippee! Also Amethyst too. Shit. Steven, I'm a 3. I don't want to use the word 3-way, but I'm a trio combination. I relate to Steven, Spinell, and Amethyst. And that's just fresh in my mind because I just recently binge listened to the entirety of Steven Universe. 5. Go to 157. What is the one thing you made you are the most proud of? We need to play this out together at some point. This would be fun with a group. True. 3-way intersection. Wow. What is one thing you made that I am most proud of? Pretty simple question. My channel. I'm pretty proud of this channel, and I'm pretty proud of where we've come. I know there's been a lot of ups and downs and hills and everything, but I am still proud of this channel. I'm very proud of this community and where we continue to evolve and go from here. That is something I am proud of. I want that to continue. 1. Something you can respect but don't understand. Souls. People. Folks. I may not understand individuals fully, but I will always try to make an honest effort to respect if I don't understand still. I might not fully understand, or I might not fully get a perspective or view, but I will respect it. Whee! 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The most funny misunderstanding in VR chat. Haven't really had one. Genuinely, I haven't had one, so I'm gonna go... That might be a skip one. Because I haven't really had any misunderstandings in VR. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A VR chat feature you like. I like how you can change your status to practically whatever. I think that's very useful. Like me just saying streaming on YT is very useful. For a thing we respect but don't understand. Understandable. Wee. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What part of growing up surprised you the most? How freaking burned out I would be. You want to talk about something that surprised me? I was surprised by just how baggy-eyed my eyes have gotten since being an adult. Holy crap, having burnout and eyes bagging is insane. I remember when I was a little just running around with like an infinite energy supply. Now I just feel the eyes bagging every day. I don't know how I had so much energy when I was small. I don't get it. 1. Does VRChat help with your mental health? Absolutely yes. Doing these streams, being more verbal and just like talking about life, holy crap. This helps me a lot, and I hope it helps all you too, because yeah, it helps me a lot as the silly little NB on the internet, being able to open up and just talk about things that are a bit more not escapism, because I was so hyper focused on escapism for the longest time. 3, 1, 2, 3. Action field. Last time spinning the wheel. Do help a lot. Yeah, I'm glad I can help y'all too. Be polite for 5 minutes? I feel like I already am polite though, not? I've been trying to be polite the whole stream. I don't get it. 4, I'm just gonna go to the end. Last question. Do you prefer deep one-on-one talks or a chaotic group setting? It really depends on the time of day and the day. I do love the deep one-on-one talks, or like these streams where we're talking more about deep thought and stuff. But I also love chaotic shenanigans too. Like I love when I can be a goofy little scheming goober for like Mario Party or Mario Kart or Splatoon or whatever. But it's really nice to have these one-on-one chill talks too. How do I... Oh, it's glass. Okay. Well, I guess we'll pop a squat down here. And we pop on the thing for last little bit of stream. Because it's already 11:30. Between those two, oh wow, cast is really fun, but if it's not too overstimulating, that's true. Be polite. Be efficient. Have a plan to BAM! Okay, Sniper TF2. I love how I figured out how I can do that. I can just bleep. No thought, head empty. My model is peak. I mean, it's not my model, it's just a random model called Renus I found. I think it's fitting. I'll stay up since I open tomorrow. Good night. Take care, Andy. Peace, love, and good vibes. I'm kind of wrapping up here soon, too. Thank y'all for tonight. I don't know if the vibes match the, the title of the stream, but I still enjoyed it. Either way, well, thank you, Elmo. Dictionary as well start us, of course. That was good vibes here. That's the goal. Bleh. Bleep. It's fun to do. Let's actually end stream in my home world. Whee! Oh. I'm up here. There you go. Now come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Okay. Let's actually go into the room. Hold on. Expression. Poses. Sit. I'm down here. There you go. Music's not loading, right? Let me try to bit up some Splatoon lo-fi to end. Splatoon lo-fi. Boop. And need your EPs. Don't worry, I will go to bed real soon here. I just want to. Okay, maybe. Oh, there it goes. It was just taking a bit to load. Rate limiting. Let's try that. Hopefully this works. If not, no video error. The YouTube search features is having a problem in VR. Lovely. It might be API issue again. This is the last time you'll see me in third person. I'll swap to the first person to do my little shenanigan. So let me trying to press the button. Boop. There we go. Back to me. Thank you all for watching another VR chat and chill. I love this series so much. Make sure, leave a like if you enjoyed what you saw. And, make sure you all take care of yourself out there. Have like some water, have some, just rest your eyes good. All that good stuff. Yeah, thank you for the hydrate, Pearl Cherry and Violet. And of course, I'd like to do my little whoop, peace, love, and good vibes. Thanks for watching. Whee! Bye bye. I'm having too much fun. Just drawing all the silly little faces. Okay. I'm having too much fun. Bye bye, everyone. Peace, love, and good vibes. Thanks for watching. Let me just do a yippee and yummers. It's bad yummers, but I don't care. It's fine. It's whimsical. Whee! All right, bye bye.